Hello. JLR Investigates, come on in. We have some breaking news, everyone. Breaking news in the case that we talked about an hour ago on JLR Investigates in reference to a mother who was found murdered inside her home in Louisiana. We have a suspect. You will see this first on JLR Investigates. This is Daniel Callihan, and he has ties to Louisiana, Loranger, Louisiana area, and Mississippi. A terrible tragedy has just unfolded, folks, and we're talking about this individual here that is the prime suspect, the suspect, and the suspect who has been arrested. It looks like by U.S. Marshals, possibly, in Mississippi. It's a terrible tragedy. We were talking about it earlier today after the murder of 35-year-old Callie Brunett inside her home. Her body was found inside her home by her own dad. The children, she had two children that were abducted, apparently in her vehicle, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. There's some conflicting about the younger one, whether it's 4 or 3, but I believe the 4-year-old child I believe the younger child, 4 years old, is 4 years old. And I say was in past tense because terrible tragedy. One of those children were found dead. The 4-year-old, the younger one, Erin Brunett. But the older child, the 6-year-old, was found alive inside his vehicle. This is a very, very sad situation, and we listened to the sheriff. I'm going to attempt to say this county, and you guys know what county I'm talking about. I had a difficulty even saying the county. Tangipahoa. Hopefully I say that right. Parish in Louisiana. The sheriff has spoken out. And I actually have a clip here. It's about a 7-minute clip. Let's hear what the sheriff has to say. Oh yeah, this is a death penalty case, folks. And we're probably going to hear more from this. Also, folks, I have this guy's Facebook profiles, multiple profiles. It seems the older child that was found alive, the 6-year-old, Jalie, was his child. This is what it seems like, according to pictures on his Facebook profile. It looks like his daughter, the 6-year-old, was his daughter. So there's something going on here. There's probably way more to the story, but nothing justifies anyone doing any harm to anyone. Bodily harm, we say no to violence on JLR Investigates. This guy is in big trouble with the law. So let me get this together here, folks. This is an alert by 4WWL, and they actually spoken with the sheriff who gave a press conference right here. So I'm going to share this with you. It's about an 8-minute clip. It's a little low in volume, but we're going to listen to what the sheriff says. So let me get the volume up. Volume is up. We're ready to rock and roll.
Not far from the car where the body of the 4-year-old girl was. Family notification has just been done in this case, and we have detectives on scene in Jackson, Mississippi. Early in this investigation, we'd received information this car hit on a camera up in Jackson. So we were looking in that area as well as local area just to see. So that's why once the Marshal Service up there and Mississippi authorities responded to this Amber Alert and were able to quickly locate our subject. That's why our detectives was able to respond so quickly. It's because we had already been in that area, checking with local law enforcement, trying to run down video cameras, trying to see where our vehicle was, what our suspect and our 2 young children.
Do we know the relationship of Daniel Callihan to Callie?
They were involved in a relationship. They dated.
Do you believe Daniel Callihan is the person that killed Callie Brunett?
I mean, we have to wait and put all the evidence together, but I don't know who else it would be. It would,
Do you know how he killed the 4-year-old?
No, we just, like I said, this is just, our deputies are just on scene there now. I mean, it's just happened in the last 30 minutes. So, we're sitting there assessing it. Our detectives just made contact with the victim's family, and I believe he is going to be driving the victim's family to Jackson, Mississippi, to pick up the 6-year-old
And
and
Chief
bring her back.
Travis, and I'm so sorry that this happened. My condolences to the family. So you're saying that Daniel Callihan was found in Jackson, Mississippi. If you could
Daniel
kinda run that back,
Callihan
what
was
happened?
apprehended in Jackson, Mississippi by authorities there. He had the victim's car along with her alive and well 6-year-old child, and in a wooded area close proximity to the car, the body of the 4-year-old has been located.
He just laid the body out, it wasn't buried or anything?
I cannot answer that. Like I said, we are on scene right now. Our detectives is up there starting the crime scene.
Hey, Chief, I'm sorry for joining late here. Just for camera purposes, can you restate? So Daniel Callihan is the suspect that you were searching for?
Correct.
Part of the Amber Alert?
Right.
Is he from the Louisiana area? Is he from this area?
Yes.
His age?
Give me a moment on this. Let me check it. So,
Mid-30s. He's about 36, something like that. Mid-30s. The sheriff's here is getting some information. But great job.
I
Kudos.
have to get with the detectives to get his age and stuff like that. I've had to get with the detectives to get
And
all that.
Chief,
Yeah.
just something like this to happen. I know you all have been really working hard to find these girls. Just for it to come to this, for us to find out about this 4-year-old. I know you say you knew the family. The family's well known in the area.
Right. I mean, it's just it's a senseless tragedy, and once we started looking, and like I said, we were, it was a large presence here. We checked everything here. We worked the crime scene here for the homicide, but we had feelers out, through Amber Alerts, through technology research, through investigations, such things like that. We started looking, and information we obtained took us to Macomb, Mississippi, and then from Macomb, Mississippi to Jackson, Mississippi. And that's why whenever we requested our Amber Alert, we had it to include Mississippi, because we believe, like I said in my earlier report, he'd been gone for a long period of time, and could be anywhere.
And Chief, so what do we know about Daniel Callihan at this point? Is he a native or?
He's local. He's local. I think they've dated off and on. I'm not sure exactly if he's from Kentwood or Loranger or Amite, but he is, of this area, of this region.
And about what time he
Do you know
was?
the motive or why this happened, Chief?
No, like I said, we haven't even interviewed him yet. We have detectives on scene. He is in custody, and like I said, he's in custody, and they're working the crime scene up there on the child. The paramedics was checking out the 6-year-old to make sure she's okay, and our next step is to interview, see what we can get from him, to tie this case all together and lock him down in it. But also, the thing is to bring this 6-year-old back to her grandparents. She's been through something that most of us hopefully never ever get to experience, and she's going to have to spend the rest of her life living with this. This is horrific.
And Chief, you said that the marshals saw this car traveling through Jackson, Mississippi.
My
Is that how it happened?
understanding so far is there was a suspicious suspect checking houses or whatever, checking doorknobs and stuff like that. So after getting the description of him, there was a marshal or undercover officer in the area that saw this guy, went to apprehend him. He fled. There was a foot pursuit. He was apprehended, and after he was apprehended, they were able to find out. I don't know if it's true. And like I said, I don't know this yet because this has happened so quickly. If through interrogating him, questioning him, or he admitted, or just an area, they found the car with the 6-year-old in it, and then they found the 4-year-old in a wooded area not far from the car, her body.
And this is in the Jackson, Mississippi area?
Correct, Jackson, Mississippi.
Do you know, or is Daniel Callihan, since he's from the parish, have you ever had any issues with law enforcement?
I haven't had time to look into all that yet.
Is this the victim and Daniel had dated, that as in they had broken up?
All I know is there was some type of relationship in the past. I don't know if they were back together, split up. I'm not sure what, you know.
So 6-year-old is with authorities or paramedics?
Correct. It was with authorities up there.
And so basically both children were located in that vehicle with
One child was located at the vehicle and one child was located in the proximity to the vehicle in a wooded area. Okay.
So sad. So sad, folks. I almost shedded a tear again because the 6-year-old lost her mom. 6-year-old lost her younger sister. This is going to affect the 6-year-old for the rest of her life, you know? Bad. Very, very bad, you know? Apparently he's going back to her grandparents. You know? Just so sad. Why? Think about this, folks. Think about this. This guy here did the most unthinkable thing you can ever imagine. And it's believed that, like the sheriff said, he had a relationship with her. And I believe, and I'm going to show you on his Facebook profile, I think he was the father to the 6-year-old. Maybe why he didn't harm the 6-year-old. But why would he harm a 4-year-old? Why would he even murder his own? Whatever kind of relationship they're in, why would he even do this? And take her car and kidnap 2 children and take these 2 children over interstate lines. Amber Alert out. The Amber Alert went out a little bit after noon today. And just imagine Callie's father, who was looking for his daughter and arrives to her house and finds her inside the home, dead. And the children missing. Imagine the family, what they're going through right now. Horrible, man. Horrible. Yeah, you know. Hopefully this child is okay. Hopefully this child, the surviving child, is okay. Now, he was found in Jackson, Mississippi. He has Mississippi ties. I just want to show you the map. Because we were saying on the last live that we did, we said, you know, we were saying I-10. We were also saying I-55. And we got the alert that there was some sort of spotting on I-55. From the location of where this terrible tragedy occurred, where the murder occurred, it was in Louisiana. So it looks like a little bit, it was in, you know, Loranger, Louisiana, which is like 15, 20 minutes north of Hammond. It's about 60 miles east of Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is there. It happened in this location here. Apparently he was spotted breaking in some houses, or I don't know, trying to get in somebody's door. He was messing with people's doorknobs in Jackson. So he got this distance in her vehicle. Apparently there was a license, they found a license plate reader, found something on the way up to try to pinpoint it, and I think marshals were honing in on him. 125 miles to the north. So this child, the 6-year-old that lived, is somewhere up there and probably be reunited with her family. Oh yeah, she's going to be spoiled with love, for sure. Why does people do these things? It's so sick, man. Why do they do these things, man? So frustrating. So this is Guy's Facebook page. And the reason why I say that he could be, let me show you to you, Daniel Callihan. And by the way, this is the guy because he's matched. I did a record search on this guy. Won't say his actual birth date, but born in 87, mid-30s. And then through my databases, I was able to match the profile. His Facebook profile, he wasn't Facebook friends with Callie, but he was Facebook friends with a family member of Callie. So this is the guy. I'll show you his other photo here. He has a bunch of tattoos all over him. Horrible. Has that kind of Chad Dorman vibes. Chad Dorman vibes to it. So this is the guy, Daniel Callie. He has 2 Facebook profiles. But the one that piques my interest is on his cover photo. I believe that is 6-year-old. Jalie, I'm sorry. Some people said it was Jalie. We said Jalie, but there's another news reporter that Jalie. But I believe that's the child. Do we agree, or does this look like the 6-year-old maybe when she was a little bit younger? I think it is. Then he got, pictures, tats. Look at all these tats on him. Look at this guy. Remember that face, because the mug shot of him will probably be most likely coming out very, very soon. What type of evil monster would do this? Now, this looks like it's an older Facebook profile. I'll show you the other one. On this one, he has 62 friends. It says that he's from Brookhaven, Mississippi, and what is that called? Amite, Louisiana. He has both Mississippi and Louisiana ties. Let me see if any brunettes pop up on the friends list. Let me just see. Not on this profile. No brunettes pop up. No brunettes pop up. But, folks, looks like he has another profile. This is the other profile that he operates. They haven't looked like they've been in use for a while, both of them. And in this one, he's with another female, or I don't know if it's the same female. Looks like somebody different. But he identifies as single from a town called Chitto, Mississippi. But if you look on the friends list here, and you put in a brunette, because the brunette is spelled differently. It's like B-R-U. There you go. He's friends with a Jericho brunette. And if you click on Jericho brunette, this looks like this is and you go to the friends list of Jericho brunette, and just put brunette, Callie comes up. Callie comes up. So, he's Facebook friends with one of her relatives on his profile. I'm not going to go around and show her profile like that, but I just wanted to show you that Callihan, that's the connection. Now, why this monster did this, what's going through his mind, this is a DP case for sure. He's definitely, I'm going to try to keep the other child out of this photo. But there's not much on him, not much postings, ramblings. I've been scouring over the internet, looking around for anything on him, any type of public statements. A lot of times before these people do these horrific acts, they always leave some sort of long rambling rant, post online or something the day before they change their profile right before they commit these crimes. I don't see anything, on him like this. Now, also, folks, Callie herself has a Facebook profile. I just want to show it to you here. Nothing mentioned about him at all. Which is so sad because she just posted the other day. This is a mother, 35-year-old, Was it an issue? Was it an issue between him and the daughter, the 6-year-old, and they were fighting or something? Or was she involved with another relationship with another guy? And, I'm just trying to think. The affidavit of probable cause will share more details if he makes statements, and I'm sure he will. It seems like he at least did the right thing and told whoever, when he got arrested, where the 4-year-old was. Apparently, they questioned him, and he led authorities to the 4-year-old, along with the 6-year-old in the vehicle. The stolen vehicle. He stole her vehicle. Man. Why do people do this? Why do people do these things? Well, this is her profile, just so you know. And it's just so sad. You know, Callie Brunett, Brunett, even has her 2 children on the cover photo. She made a post just a couple days ago. The money is coming. You know? A day ago. This says a day ago. This says 8:30. Well, actually, you know, the 11th, right? So less than 2 days ago. 8:37 p.m., June 11th. So apparently it looks like this crime occurred possibly yesterday. And this is the mother. This is the mother that tragically lost her life. All right, Magnolia is informing me to play a video. I'm going to get this video up in the pipeline. Magnolia is sending me alert. Magnolia's running the chat. Everyone say hi to Magnolia. She's doing a phenomenal job. She's this also 50-50 in how we run JLR Investigate. She puts in a lot of work and makes sure it's family friendly. I'm informed that there's another LE video here. And I want to share what LE says. So give me a second to put this together. See Magnolia, everyone saying, hello, Magnolia. Hello, Magnolia. All right, so here's another video. I was
dating this guy, Chris, for a year.
I'm going to get this video in the pipeline. Apparently, law enforcement in Jackson, Mississippi speaks, the police chief. So this just came out a few minutes ago. So I'm going to get this together right here. This is about an 8-minute clip. So we're going to listen to this right here. This is where he was arrested. So now we have an idea where he's arrested. We're trying to get as much information as possible. So right here, this is coming off of WDSU. This looks like the Jackson Police Chief, Joseph Wade. Let's see what he has to say.
We have a very, very tragic scene that we're working here in South Jackson. Jackson police officers were called to 3950 Botue to assist the U.S. Marshals. They have been looking for an individual wanted out of Louisiana, Mr. Callihan. After a short pursuit, they made contact with him and he's now in custody. As you know, an Amber Alert was issued for 2 young children that were supposedly with him. Mr. Callihan is also a suspect in a homicide that happened in Tangipahoa Parish, Louisiana. Upon a search of the area by Jackson police officers, they located a deceased child in the woods. We suspect that to be one of the children that he had in his possession, that he had illegally taken away from Tangipahoa Parish in Louisiana. One of the child, the 6-year-old, my understanding, has been taken to the hospital to receive treatment, but my understanding, the 4-year-old is deceased in the woods. We're still trying to determine the manner of death, but we have a very active scene here right now, very traumatic scene, very tragic scene, the death of a 4-year-old child, but the suspect is in custody. I want to thank all of the many, many responding agencies here right now, the U.S. Marshals, the Jackson FBI, NBI, Harris County Sheriff's Department, Rankin County Sheriff's Department, Byram Police Department, and Tangipahoa Parish, who are here on scene as well. We ask that the public, if you know about anything that has been happening here or transpiring on Botue, please contact the Jackson Police Department at 601-960-1234 or Crime Stopper 601-355-TIPS. Based on the crime scene that we've observed here today, we have contacted NBI's Human Trafficking Division, along with Harris County's Human Trafficking Division. We also have our Juvenile Division on scene because based on the crime scene, what it looks like, this may be a location where there has been some human trafficking done. We see cages, small animal cages. It's very, very disturbing to me as a police chief and as a father to witness and see what I just saw. So again, we ask for your prayers and support, and anybody who has any information about what happened here today, please contact the Jackson Police Department, the U.S. Marshals, or Jackson FBI.
Chief, can you tell us the name of this individual? You mentioned a Callihan. Talk to us about who actually took this individual into custody and where was he taken into custody?
His name is Daniel Callihan, white male, Daniel Callihan, white male. He was taken in custody at this location on this street in the wooded area by the U.S. Marshals, along with assistance from the Jackson Police Department. As I stated, one of our officers actually found the deceased child in the woods.
And again, you don't know whether she was shot or killed by hand?
Cannot determine the manner of death. I actually saw her myself. Again, it's very traumatic to see that. You never want to see anybody lose their life, especially a young baby, a child. So we can't determine until we process the scene as to the manner of death. And of course, that will come with the medical exam and of course the Hines County coroner.
You have a spelling on his name? And an age, possibly?
Daniel, D-A-N-I-E-L, Callihan, C-A-L-L-I-H-A-N, date of birth 9/13/1987. 9/13/1987. The vehicle that he fled Louisiana in has been discovered. A black Chrysler 200 at the rear of this location on Botue. I want to thank the Byron PD and their excellent technology, because my understanding, that vehicle pinged on one of their LPRs in the area, and that's when they reached out to Tangipahoa, and they responded here to the metro area. And it's just so sad that it ended this way, with this baby, this child losing their life here.
Clearly, Chief, a lot of questions to be answered, but this abduction after the apparent death of this woman happened some 2 hours south of Jackson in Loranger. Do we have any indication of whether this individual knew people in this area?
We do not know. That's my question. Why Jackson? Why are you here? Why did you bring these children here? Why did you take this child's life here in Jackson? A lot of questions to be answered. And as you know, this has been a very wide crime effort. You know, it started down in Louisiana. That's why you have so many agencies here on scene. Of course, we're going to work with all of our federal partners, as we do all the time, FBI, U.S. Marshals, and like I said, Hines County is on scene, NBI. It's a very active scene, and we don't know if there's other children in the woods. We don't know if there's other remains in the woods. We don't know, but we're going to find out. And we're asking again for any information from the public to call the Jackson Police Department.
And this 4-year-old girl was in the woods behind the house, or was just
in the woods behind the house, probably about 30, 40 yards into the woods.
And again, you're talking about the suspicion of human trafficking. It sounds like this, for lack of a better word, it sounds like this individual knew where he was.
Do not know. I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I can say that we're going to work this crime scene with a scalpel. We're going to work it with a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. It's going to take a long time to process it. That's why we have so many agencies here on scene, so much technology here on scene, because this individual has used this location as a location to traffic children and abduct children. We want to make sure we have that evidence to make sure him and whomever else is prosecuted for this heinous, terrible act.
Chief, I heard here on the street that these two girls were buried alive in a hole. Can you give any information?
That's not true. There was a area back there, kind of a area that was below the regular area. It was below where we were standing, but they were not buried. They were not covered up. So sad, tragic either way. I think that he was trying to, once he realized that law enforcement knew where he was or had his proximity, that he tried to do away with the children by taking them into the woods, into that area. Thank God that at least one of the children survived. My understanding, the grandparents are en route to Jackson, Mississippi to see about that baby. But unfortunately, a horrible scene to see this child lose her life here in South Jackson today.
The younger child was found in the vicinity of the deceased child?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, in the same area, probably within 5 to 10 yards.
Uninjured?
It has suffered injuries. That's why the child has been taken to the hospital.
What kind of injuries?
I can't. I have not seen that child, but I know that we do have one that's deceased that died from her injuries.
And Chief, for you to have to lay your eyes on this 4-year-old child lying there on the ground dead, just give us your reaction.
Horrible, tragic situation. You don't want to see that as a police chief. You don't want to see that as a father. to see this baby on the ground that has lost her life. This is an innocent 4-year-old child that's no longer with us because of the actions of a coward who took this child from her family, who killed their mother supposedly, and brought these children to Jackson, Mississippi, and took this child's life. So it's horrible, it's tragic, it's traumatic even for my officers to see this. It's traumatic. We didn't come to work to see this today, nor would we wish this upon anybody. So I want the citizens of Jackson to keep us uplifted and the family of this poor child uplifted in prayer.
Joseph Wade, Chief of Jackson Police. Kudos to the law enforcement that got this monster off the street. You know, now that we just heard some more information in fluid time, maybe he was possibly going to do something to the 6-year-old too, and you know, they called him before he could do something. This is horrific. I didn't think it was this bad. And you know what's interesting? When we were live the last time, remember that ridiculous question by that reporter saying to the police or to the sheriff in down there in Louisiana, are the children in danger? And the sheriff's like, yeah, they are. That's why you put an Amber Alert. That's why you had U.S. Marshals, FBI, state police, multiple agencies. That's why. Yes. Who is this guy? And what in the world's going on in Jackson, Mississippi in a backwoods? He's talking about cages. Was he sending the kids up there specifically to... I don't even want to... I can't imagine what's going on here. But the police chief, kudos to him. He sounded very professional. He also sounded very ticked off. I think they're going to get to the bottom of this. Now, for sure, 100% for sure, you're talking about Mississippi and Louisiana. The Deep South, folks. Death penalty case. 100%. This is Stephon Stearns level of monster. Right? This is Stephon Stearns level of a monster. Might even be worse. But it's all bad. It's horrible. So thank God this guy is taken off the street. What's going to happen here, though? Because if the one child was found deceased, the younger one, rest in peace, Erin Burnett. It's a 4-year-old child. Are you kidding me? She's found deceased in Mississippi, and their mother's found deceased in Louisiana. Who gets jurisdiction over who first? Is this going to turn into a Fed case? Because we're dealing with interstate lines? It could. But you would think Mississippi, since he was caught in Mississippi and one of the child was found, and one of the children was found alive, you would think that jurisdiction would be Mississippi first. He might stay in Mississippi. Imagine Mississippi, I think, is worse than Louisiana when it comes to the DP, right? Oh, he's in big trouble, folks. Remember this guy's face. We're going to get more information on this. I shared the Facebook pages, shared 2 police interviews. We are on it when JLR investigates. When affidavits of probable cause come out, or more information about this case, court hearings or whatever, we'll share it on this channel. Man, why did this happen? Mother brutally murdered inside her home. Sad. All right, folks, let me know what you think in the comments. Wanted to share this breaking news information. You usually hear it first on JLR Investigates. We cover true crime 24/7, 365. Thank you all for watching. We'll pray for the Burnett family and the community. I think they probably they've never seen anything like this. Small community. It's just north of Hammond. It's like 15-20 minutes north of Hammond. It's just a really small, tight-knit community. I'm sure this is going to have ripple effects across the entire parish. So we're praying when JLR Investigates. Protect our children at all costs. Thanks for watching, everyone. When more information comes out, I'll share. So hit that sub button. I know there's probably some new people from the area that are jumping on. Welcome. We cover true crime, and we are 100% victims on this channel. We also support law enforcement on this channel. So keep the comments coming. We'll talk soon. JLR Investigates. Everyone stay safe. Thanks for watching.